It feels like I've been making these videos a little bit too much from here at home lately, but I have my good reasons for it. I'm actually prepping myself and the YouTube channel for my vacation in 1.5 weeks, barely 1.5 weeks. Okay. So yeah, I've been trying to make videos for those Fridays I won't be home. Yeah. And other than that, yeah, it's been raining a lot here as well. So, but yeah, not to complain or anything. The images you just saw in the beginning of the video were actually not taken with my Lumix 20mm f1.7, which is my favorite lens currently. They were taken with this chunky little beast, the TTArtisan 25mm f2. The team at TTArtisan reached out asking if I wanted to try the lens out, and of course I said yes. A quick disclaimer though, I'm not being paid by TTArtisan to say anything about this lens, so everything you will hear from this video will be based on my first impressions and my opinions only. But I do get to keep the lens after this review, or if you can even call this a review, but yeah, I'm not a reviewer, come on. Hi everybody and welcome back to a new video. I'm Jimmy, a hobby enthusiast photographer based in Sweden, and in today's video we're talking about this chunky little lens, the TTArtisan 25mm f2. I brought it with me to Falköping for a small little photo walk last weekend because for once in what felt like 2 weeks straight of rain, it actually was kind of nice weather. So I decided, yeah, I need to get out and do some photography, shutter therapy, if you like. Yeah. Since this is a 25mm lens on my Micro Four Thirds camera, the OM 5, it actually gives me a field of view of 50mm, which is considered to be a pretty normal perspective, pretty close to what our eyes see normally. And there is a reason it's called a nifty 50, because it's great for street photography, it's great for documentary, and it's great for everyday photography. I've only had it mounted on my OM 5 for those just in case moments when heading to work, for example, but hadn't actually been out photographing with the lens properly aside of this photo walk. So everything you see in this video will be based on genuine first impressions. And now that I've had the time to sit down and review the images, let's talk about how it performed. My first impressions when unpacking the lens is how well built it feels. Solid metal construction, and it has some heft to it. In a good way. It feels like a proper piece of kit. The aperture ring has a really nice click to it, but I will admit that it's a little bit too easy to accidentally move it when adjusting the focus ring. I mean, you don't have to be like careful about it, but just more of it like aware of it. Also, for some reason, it jumps from f8 straight to f16 and completely skips f11. I don't usually shoot that narrow anyway, and also I shoot Micro Four Thirds, which gives me a greater depth of field anyway, so me shooting at f5.6 is basically the equivalent of a f11. But yeah, something to be aware of. The focus ring is smooth and well dampened, and I really like it. I have absolutely no complaints about the focus ring at all. A small but notable quirk: if I set the focus ring to infinity and I take a photo, the image actually becomes out of focus. And I don't know if there is any optical science behind this, but I contacted TTArtisan and they said it's completely normal. It actually gives the lens some adjustment room for adapting to different camera brands or camera models from various production periods. So if you're using this lens or thinking of getting this lens, just be aware that just move the focus ring back a little bit from infinity and you will actually be at infinity. So as mentioned, before this photo walk in Falköping, I hadn't really used the lens at all. So I slapped it on the Ohm 5 and started walking. I really had to rely on focus peaking for the extra help. And even then, with focus peaking, I managed to get some photos out of focus. It's not a lens problem, that's a Jimmy problem. And not only that, I actually have absolutely no clue how to read a focus scale. None at all. But the actual shooting experience, really fun. There is something about slowing down and manually focusing that makes you more present in the moment. I wasn't just snapping, I were composing. Weirdly enough how that sounds. I'll be honest though, I haven't tried all the different apertures. I like to test gear in the way I normally photograph. I'm not a reviewer and I will definitely not pixel peep. That's just not me. For a lens this cheap, I won't be complaining about image quality. The edges are a bit soft, sure, but the center sharpness is surprisingly good. I find the color rendering to be neutral with good contrast. Overall, for a budget lens, I'm seriously impressed. It's not perfect, of course, but honestly, it's kinda the charm of it. The images get some character, which I like. So who is this lens for? Well, I'd say it's a perfect lens for those who want to try manual photography. And since the lens comes in mounts for Sony E, Fuji X, Micro Four Thirds and even more mounts, it's a very viable option for a lot of people. And again, it's 25mm, Micro Four Thirds is ×2, gives me 50mm. For a APS-C, maybe it's ×1.5, giving you around 35mm. And on full frame, it's, well, 25mm. So just be wary of how it affects your sensor size, pretty much. Yeah. It's also great for those who might be on a tight budget but still want to try something new. And the only time I wouldn't suggest this lens would probably be if you really need autofocus, because this, as I said, is a fully manual lens. It doesn't have any kind of electronics to it at all. So yeah, that would probably be the only time I wouldn't suggest trying it out. So if you like slowing down and embracing the process, this is a really fun lens. So what do I actually think about the TTArtisan 25mm? Honestly, I really like it. It's a little bit quirky, sure, but it's also solid and fun to shoot with, and produces images that feels a little bit more personal. I mean, I wouldn't replace my Lumix 20mm with it, but I'm definitely going to keep it around for these days I just wanna really be in a moment and do something different. Enjoying the experience of photography, if you will. So my question for you this week is, have you ever shot with a manual lens? Maybe even shoot with manual lenses all the time? I'd really love to hear your experiences. So yeah, drop a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and consider subscribing. I appreciate it so much. But until next time, have a good day or evening whenever you're watching this. Out!